All right, sixth grade, this video goes along with your 11-9 notes dealing with interior and exterior angles. Now this is going to involve triangle work. Our first rule that some of you might find familiar is the idea of the interior angles. So the sum of the measures of the interior angles of a triangle is 180 degrees. So any point in any algebra class, if you're working with angles of triangles, you're always going to use the idea that the interior angles add to 180 degrees. So diving right in, if you're following along with your workbook or online textbook, we're on the Try It on page 698. And we're given a triangle here. And this triangle, they tell us 2 of the 3 angle measures. And we want to find that unknown measure. We can use an equation, and I choose to use x to represent the unknown angle. So we know that 68 degrees plus 40 degrees plus this unknown measure, so I call it x degrees, equals 180 degrees. So that means if we take 68 and 40, which equals 108 degrees, if we take that away from 180, the remaining angle measure has to be 72 degrees. Now you might be thinking, why is Mrs. Leach setting up this equation? Why isn't that extra work? I guess some of you might think that. You could have simply just done 180 minus 68 minus 40. But I wanted to strengthen the idea of solving equations, especially since we haven't used a ton of that since chapter 7. And that is a skill that is extremely important for Algebra 1. So that's why I bring it back. So yes, there might be faster and easier ways to get to the answer, but I challenge you to at least try setting up equations and seeing if you get the same answer using your faster approach. And don't forget to label with degrees here for angle measures. Okay. I do have a note. Triangles may not be drawn to scale. Do not use protractors to find unknown angle measures. I mentioned that in a previous video as well. We will never be using protractors in any algebra class to do any angle measuring. Okay. So I added an extra example here as well. And this example asks, could a triangle have interior angle measures of 23 degrees, 71 degrees, and 96 degrees? And explain. Well, if we recall our rule, they have to add up to 180 degrees. So if I do that, I would get 190 degrees. So no, the sum of these angles is not 190 degrees, which is not 180 degrees. So this cannot be true for a triangle. And that's the first part of the notes and wraps up our first video. I'm going to take a break to deal with Augie because he's being pretty vocal over there. And we'll try again for the rest of the notes with video too.